this, and when I was preparing, I don't know, a few months ago, my homework, and I saw this, I bought them immediately before I even got on air. I was like, okay, this is what I've been waiting for all my life. If you've got a bed, and you've got the socket, the outlet that's right behind your bed, and you've got things on either side that you need to plug in, this is the answer. It's a sale price of $27.98 for a set of 2, 5 easy payments of $5.60. We, as individuals now, have probably 3 to 5 things that each individual person is charging a night. We need more outlets than ever before. This is the solution. Why? Because the plug-in is in the middle. So imagine your bed here. The plug is right here. Your bed is right here. You've got lamps on this side, lamps on this side. Your sofa is right here. You've got a television on this side and a fan on this side. Your desk is right here. You have a printer on this side and a fan on this side. Or you can put it on both sides. That's it. Kylie Watts is here. I love it. You should just go ahead and order them. I was like, this is the most genius thing ever.
I know. And, you know, it sold out in its debut.
It sold out, and it sold out the next time.
It sold out with you again.
Exactly.
And now we finally have it back in stock.
Because it took a long time to get them back in stock. And holiday season, right? Because you've got the Christmas tree, or you've got wreaths, or you have lights that you're doing. But Kylie Watts, of course, is one of our experts when it comes to like doing it yourself and problem solution in our homes. How about if you introduce Globe's idea?
You got it. So first and foremost, Globe Electric started in 1932. They are known as the creative energy folks, and it's because of solutions like this. So all of us probably use an extension cord in one way, shape, or form inside of our house, because this is for indoors. And basically what they realized is that we don't have a lot of outlets, and they're probably behind something. So when you're limited on space, you can plug one thing in. You're going to notice it's flat, so furniture goes right on it. You don't have to worry about that fire hazard of bending the plug, trying to get the furniture against it. But not only is it a 6-foot extension cord on one side, Rach, hold this side too.
Correct.
It is a 6-foot extension cord on that side.
Yeah, both
and
of
now
us.
we have 12 feet in between the two of us, but the plug is in the center.
In the middle.
So as Rach pointed out, behind your beds with the lamps and all the things we have to plug in. And not only that, you're plugging one thing in, but each one of these has 3 little outlets, polarized outlets. So those are those 2 prongs, 2 on one side, 1 on the other. So now you're turning 1 outlet into 6 with only plugging one thing in.
And again, you're plugging it in because you can't get to the outlet behind the bed. Like it's, you're like, why is the outlet behind the bed? And I live in an old home, so I don't, I have like 3 outlets in my entire house.
Same.
So I'm always, you know, extension cords are everywhere. And when we've got the phone, the next phone, you know, you've got your earbuds, you have your beauty devices. We all have, I don't know, think about how many things you're charging overnight. I'm probably charging 10 things overnight.
For sure.
I'm charging my personal size blender downstairs. I'm charging the watch. We're charging the earbuds. We're charging multiple phones. We're charging game devices. We're charging beauty devices. So this is just the easiest thing to have. Again,
and you get 2, which is amazing.
And you get 2. And by the way, if you're in the center, hand me this one too. Because you said they can all go on either side, or you can have 2 on one side.
Yes.
So you're the person who's got 9,000 things. This is this phone. This is the beauty device. That's the watch. That's the whatever. You plugging them all in. You've just made, again, 1 outlet into 6 on one side.
And if you look at it too, it's part of the designer series that Globe does. So it's a braided cord that you see. It's not that kind of heavy duty gross extension cord. So if any of it shows, it looks a lot nicer, which is amazing. And we can actually take a little walk back to the couch behind us because that's a perfect scenario. Now, of course, we're on a set. We're not up against a wall. So we have an extension cord plugging into this, but in your own home, if you've got lamps or things to charge or alarm clocks or fans or humidifiers or all the things that we need to plug in, how would you do that? With this, we plug one thing in and we're feeding the power to both sides. That's why we call this a twin extension cord, because it mimics itself. I had never seen an extension cord like this until we brought this in. So now we can power everything up. Everybody's not fighting over the power because there's always just that one outlet on those long walls.
And again, so maybe it's the lamps, maybe it's a lamp and a fan, maybe it's a lamp and a heater, maybe it is the musical device over here and it is a computer over there. So we all are looking for extra ones, and I love that it's not only behind the bed and behind the sofa and behind a credenza, but also in the office, like your office desk. So we'll show you.
Sure.
And it also organizes.
And that's exactly what we're talking about. See how she was trying to balance all of that stuff and those ones that you have to bend? You can plug 2 of these in on top of each other, designed to be used simultaneously, and that creates now 6 on each one. So 12 outlets you have, but you have that 6 foot of reach, so you can get to the desk lamps, the side lamps. You wrap it around the, you know, the table if the cord's a little bit longer because it is that designer series. there's that office or crafting situation. And remember, these are polarized outlets, so they're not the grounded 3-prong outlets. These are 2-prong outlets, so you're not plugging like a refrigerator into this.
Right.
But your everyday household items, your chargers, your lights, you know, the fans, all of that stuff, perfect for this. Great for dorm rooms where you're limited on space, so anybody going away to college. And I think all of us never say, oh, we've got enough outlets and enough power. We always need more. This gives you that.
P.S. I travel, I have one in my suitcase because have you ever gone to a hotel room and you're like, why is there one outlet by my bedside?
That's a good point.
One. I looked at, I was just away, I was away just now this past weekend for the Age of Possibility in Georgia, and I was like, okay, why did they think that like one socket was enough per side? Like, that doesn't make any sense. I'm plugging in with the little brick. Here's my phone, but what about my watch? What about my earbuds?
Yes.
You know, what about my music? You know, all the things. So this is the center. So a couple things that it's doing. It plugs in flush, so that means anything pressing against it, you're not bending cords that were right here. So you can put a sofa up flush against it.
Correct.
The other thing is that one little 2-pronged outlet is now becoming 6. So not only is organization, but you're actually adding more outlets, and then you're doing it in the smartest way possible. You're maximizing the outlets that you have, and you get 3, you know, outlet spaces on each one of them. 2 in the front, 1 in the back. And even I had my laptop that has the big bulky one plugged in. Laptop on one side, phone on the other. Totally fine.
It's perfect.
No worries.
Yeah, and I think that's why people love this, because we all have this problem. We all have that. And the reason why, we can pop this down. The reason why you don't have many electrical outlets is because, frankly, they're expensive to put in the houses.
Correct.
And older houses for sure didn't have that then. So now, perfect scenario. Of course, we are back here at the couch. We're on a set, so we have an extension cord. But imagine this is your outlet, right, flush on the wall. You know, the one that we all have dead center of the living room or the bed or that office desk. And now what we're doing is we're feeding this power to both sides. So both lamps are plugged in here. If we had end tables and we wanted to charge devices, we could easily have them on both sides. 6 feet on each one too, which is great. So you've got real estate to get across even a king size bed. You're going to be able to get to both sides with this.
700 of these have been snapped up. And also remember, it's not $27 for one of them. You're actually getting 2. You get 2 of them, which is why I was like, oh, I can throw one of them in my bag. You get 2 of them. We'll introduce you again. This is Globe Electric. Here's where you're going to plug it in. The plug's in the middle. It's just genius.
Genius.
I mean, and honestly, it's just genius. The plug's in the middle because that's always where the outlet is.
Exactly.
Your couch is here, your bed is here, your desk is here. The plug is in the middle, and oh, by the way, I have extension cords on either side.
And even if it's in the center of the room and no furniture's against it, it still looks nice. Designer series means we've got that beautiful braided cord right there. Looks really great, but the thing is, you're plugging one thing in and turning that into 6 outlets. That's the best part. You're increasing that power for all of those everyday items. Again, you're not plugging a fridge into this, but super easy. It's got that 2-prong right there, so it's going to fit in basically any outlet that you have, and that just increases your power. But the twin design is genius, and that's because Globe Electric started in 1932. Stack them, totally, which is what I love. So you're getting enough to fill that whole outlet. So that one outlet now is 12 spots with these. 12.
Became 12 spots. That's crazy. One outlet became 12 spots. All of them are located behind the couch, and guess who's not pulling out the couch every time they need to plug something in? Nope, this is just right off the side. We'll show you some video just to demonstrate again, to give you some ideas of how you're going to use this. But this sells out every single time. 900 of these have been snapped up. If you need it for, again, just all over your home, think about, you know, how your outlets are being used. I know we've got pieces that, you know, add additional outlets by stacking them right in the outlet, but it's crowded. It looks like I have one of those in my kitchen that turns an outlet into like 12, but it also is a glob. It's a glob of like, what in the world is going on here? And this just makes it, you know, clean and sleek. You're getting a set of 2 of them under $14 a piece. 5 easy payments of $5.60. So what you're not doing is calling an electrician.
No.
What you're not doing is trying to figure out, well, where do I really want to have this outlet? Because if I'm going to spend, I need to invest in the smartest place to put it. You've got something that you can travel with. You can move from one place to the next, for the kids' room, for your room, for, you know, the dorm rooms for sure, for the RVs that you have. Anywhere where you'd like to have more outlets.
Which is probably everywhere.
You just in a genius way got more outlets.
For sure.
For under $30, And you turned one outlet, if you did both of them, into 12.
Into 12. That's what's so genius about this. We all have those spaces where we need this to go.
Yeah.
And again, you could feed it to one side. So I'll give you the other one too, and I'll hold the plug. So if you needed all of them, both of them to go to one side, the twin design means you can go side to side, but you can also feed that power where you need it. So a lot of versatility with this.
Because I have a lamp, and then I have another lamp, and then I have a phone, and my honey's phone, and then I have, that watch that needs to be done. I mean, honestly, I just went through all 6, and that was like one.
Yeah.
Like that's one person stuff.
And you're not crawling behind the bed to unplug something or trying to move because who can do that? Furniture is heavy. This is designed where it can go flush right flat up against it because of the unique flat design on here. You're not bending the wires, and they feed out on each side.
Go to each side. So 1,100 of these have now been spoken for. Again, so 6 feet. I've got 6 feet on each side.
Yeah, we're 12 feet across.
12 feet across.
That's a big space that you got.
That is nice. And then it works, did you say it works for a king bed behind a king?
Oh, yeah, because I have a king bed and we literally have 2 of these plugged in. They're amazing because we charge our phones every night. We've got the alarm clocks, we've got the bedside lamps, and right there, you would never be able to plug all that into one thing. Plus, they look a lot nicer than traditional. They look nice.
I know, because they've got this beautiful braid, so this white and like silver. They're really pretty, so they're not unsightly. It's not like unsightly cords. It's a 242-562 over 1,100. Did you say 1,200 of these? 1,200 of these snapped up. 5 easy payments of $5.60. I love these. I bought these before I could put them on air because I was like, I need multiple sets. And before I saw them and I was like, what a discovery.
Right.
Like I honestly didn't know that this existed. I wanted something like this. I just didn't think that it existed. And it exists, my friends. It's exactly what we've all been looking for. Kylie Watts, thank you so much.
Thank you, Rich. Good to see you.
242-562 is your item number there. So we don't have time to present these, but they're available at